morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me for this video. I appreciate it every single time. Guys, I do appreciate any time you guys pop in and listen to what I got to say or take a peek at some of these comic books. I appreciate it. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hey, if you guys want to subscribe, wouldn't mind. It'd be a great thing. So let's talk about Ollie's. All right, so you saw the beginning of the video there. I went to Ollie's. Last couple times I've been to Ollie's, they've been didn't have really anything to choose from. A lot of independent books that I don't collect. Nothing really of note, and just nothing I need to get. Of course, they have tons of graphic novels. They have tons of collected editions and stuff like that. Not a lot of omnibuses the last time I've been there. Last couple times I've been there, but you know what? There's a new one opening up soon in this area, which, man, I'm telling you what, day one, I'm going to hit that place hard and see what they got. So, of course, they have a lot of toys, and they have a lot of stuff there as well too. So, I might do a little video about some of the cool stuff I saw in the toy section later. But let's talk about these comic books. So, at the beginning of the video, you saw they've got new packs in. Now, these packs are really, really random. I'm talking they're crazy random. They've got everything from Archie to like I said, independent companies. You had some IDW. You had a little bit everything in there. It's insane. The one thing I thought was interesting was that giant Boom Studios book, the pen and ink book they had there. I thought that was the funniest thing I've seen for a comic pack. That giant book packed in with a couple little books. I was tempted to buy it. I really was. I really was to buy it just because. But I mean, I didn't know what the book was. I had no history with it or interest. I mean, I figured let me put my money someplace else, And lo and behold, I did find someplace else to put my money. I found it in this pack here, and this pack is very interesting because on this side of the pack, check this out. Look at that. So, the thing is, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that this right here is a key book. I remember, kind of remember, seeing this on a top 10 list. I believe it was maybe Comic Tom, possibly, about this being a book that's kind of selling kind of hot right now because of a couple issues. I believe it has to do with the incursion that happens in the Avengers series at that time, which I wasn't really into it. That was right before Secret Wars, the second Secret Wars, or the third Secret Wars, or fourth Secret Wars, actually, if you want to talk about the most recent Secret Wars. And also, I believe that there's also kind of I guess maybe a cameo first appearance of Sam Wilson as Captain America. So either way, that stuck out. I mean, that hit me right away when I saw it. I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen this book somewhere. So at the very least, and I apologize, I didn't do any research before I did this video because I wanted to get it out there because this is all fresh right now. I was like, at the very least, I might have a pretty cool key book there. So for $5.99, I'm not going to complain. I don't have this issue, and like I said, I actually wasn't collecting Avengers at that time. So, hey, I'm digging it. So let's go and open up this pack and see what we've got. Right off the bat, the book on the cover when I was reading it, looking at I guess the credits, Hickman, Chung, Bradshaw, and Medina. Hey, listen, those are three creators that I'm pretty cool with. I like Jim Chung, and Bradshaw did some pretty cool stuff. So, and I believe it's Paco Medina they're talking about. So, it's probably a pretty cool book nonetheless. Cool cover. I love the ominous reference here. In 8 months, time runs out. I dig this because this kind of reminds me of back in the day when they had event series, but they weren't event series. Like they didn't have it wasn't Final Crisis or anything like that. They would do stuff that would kind of play out over time, and it'd be a big event. The Kree Skrull War, for instance, the Mutant Massacre. Those were cool little events that happened that weren't done so much to sell a whole bunch of books, but it was a good way to continue a storyline, make it nice and tight for someone to collect or read through the whole thing, and it happened in story. So I do dig that. All right, so of course we have this one here. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. The corner is not too bad. Ew, this corner's kind of icky, but not too bad. You know, it could be better, but like I said, the back looks pretty good. All right. All right, not a perfect book by any means, but like I said, it could be a key. So we're going to put that to the side. And look at this, Ultraverse. For you guys in the 90s, you might remember the Ultraverse. They actually had some really cool books. They did. Barring some of the crazy art they had back then, they did have some pretty cool characters, Rune being one of them. Prime had some pretty cool stories. Ultraverse was pretty cool. They even made, a comic book. Comic book. They even made a animated series about it, about the Ultraverse, which I always thought was kind of odd because the Ultraverse was a little bit edgier, in some portions of it, but it was still pretty cool to see, Prime and all these guys on the Sunday morning cartoons. So we've got 5 of them. Now, this actually is in a bag. So look at that. It's in a bag. All right, cool. That's new. A lot of times all these packs are just books thrown in there, but this was actually in a bag, which goes to show you that, like someone said in the comments a couple months ago, there is a comic book store somewhere that's bagging these, or a supplier. So it's already in a bag for me. So thank you for that. All right. Warriors. Okay. Not a clue. I'm not going to pretend like I know. Not a clue. So it's number 1, which is cool, I guess. I have number 1. And look at that. The price tag from whatever shop it came from is still on it. So they were selling it one time for $2 something. Then they brought it down to $3, or maybe vice versa. Maybe it was $2 they brought up. But look at that. See that? That's pretty funny. So like I said, it goes to show you this is coming from somebody's shop somewhere. Pretty funny. Warriors. This almost looks, I don't even know what the heck this is, but we'll find out. We'll open this up and find out. Oh yeah. I remember this book from back in the day. This is John Boy Myers. No, Pop Man. Pure Day Pop Man. Spy. I remember this. Did not collect it, but I do remember seeing it back in the day. This is an old one too, man. I mean, old, relatively speaking. This is from 2001. Spy Boy. That's what it was. Spy Boy. Pretty cool. And of course, the last book was the one that we saw, which was the Avengers A-World. Okay, number 1. Again, this was a period of time I wasn't collecting the books. Collecting Avengers. But not sure if there's any real value per se for it, but it's still number 1. And it's got Stefano Caselli art. Pretty cool. So, listen, I dig this pack. Like I said, as I saw in the beginning of the video, excuse me, on the weather today, as always with the allergies, it happens. What can I say? A lot of interesting books there. One thing that they did do a lot of in the packs, I noticed, were a lot of hardcovers. Okay, hardcover books. Look at that. A pack with a hardcover book in it. So they did a lot of that. Hardcovers. It's interesting. Still $5.99. But nothing that. This one's what is this? Decoy Menagerie. Oh my gosh, I can't speak English today. Part 2. So interesting. But yeah, they did have a very interesting selection. I was there for a while, kind of going through them. There was so much this time around. There was a ton of books. They all were packaged. Like a lot of times you go in there and someone's ripped open like all of them, and you just have to kind of find ones that aren't torn up. But they all were packaged, so they might have been just fresh to the shelf. So if you guys are out there, Ollie's, pop in. Of course, each Ollie's is different, so there is no one. I can't say for sure that you're gonna find these packs in your Ollie's, but it's a possibility. Okay, so guys, I will talk to you later. I'm gonna go ahead and open up my book here and take a look at that. And like I said, pretty cool. You guys have a great day. I will talk to you next time. I've got another video coming up in another day or 2. I was planning on putting that one out today, but I wanted to get this one out first, so then I will do the other video, and we'll have that out in a couple of days. So if you guys are going to be hanging with me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, I guess, and you'll see it when it comes in. All right, you guys, take it easy.